All right, so we are in week four of the season five of Grand Arena, and we've reached Erodium, so we've got a pretty good set of opponents that we're going to be facing this time. And I'm going to be having an interesting theme for you guys today. Probably going to be my favorite theme so far. And I'm going to be talking about dismemberment. So that's a theme which, at least in the Lucas versions, we've got quite a lot of limb chopping, arm chopping going on in Star Wars, and that's something which was very unique to the Star Wars franchise. I mean, because lightsabers have such a clean way of shaving limbs off that there was tons of it happening in the movies, and because limb replacement is so common, just like we get our tooth replaced, in the Star Wars universe, you get a limb replaced and it looks just like the old thing. It's a very staple part of the movie. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at all the characters in the movies who have lost limbs and plan an offensive around that. So what I did was I went ahead and created a graphic. Let me show you guys that. So this graphic captures all the times when someone has lost a limb in all the different movies that I could think of at least. We obviously had Maul who lost half his body by Kenobi. And then we had Zam in the second episode. We've got Zam and Dooku chopping off Anakin's arm towards the end, and obviously Mace getting rid of decapitating Django, and um, the delimiting happenings quite a lot in episode three, where we had both Anakin and Obi-Wan getting quite some action, and then even in the original trilogy, we had quite a lot of limb chopping happening, mostly between Luke and Vader. So that's just an overview, and a couple of things that you can see over here is that a couple of interesting notes. One is that Obi-Wan is a brute in terms of limb chopping. In almost all the movies where he makes an appearance, episode one to four, he has gone ahead and chopped someone's limb, starting with Maul at a very young age, all the way into his old age. Just some random guy in the cantina just chopping his limb off just like that. So he's done his fair share of limb chopping. The second thing you notice, like I mentioned, all of the limb chopping happens in the Lucas movies. Lucas had a thing, I think, for dismemberment, and and I can't think of any other instance in the after since Disney took over. I can't think of any other instance where this limb chopping happens in Star Wars movies after that. Either in Rogue One or Han Solo or in the sequel trilogy. I can't really think of any. Well, there was one exception, I guess, where Snoke gets chopped in half by Kylo um, in the second movie of the sequel trilogy. I think that's probably the only case where it happens. But otherwise, well, yeah, if you include Mandalorian first season as well, the intro shot, I think there's a delimiting which happens there as well. So apart from that, I think most of it was a George Lucas thing, which is why you only see it in the first six episodes. So what we're going to do is we're going to plan our offense around these characters on the left who have lost their limbs, and I'll try to include at least one of them into each offensive battle, just for fun. All right, let's go back and jump into the battles. Okay, so we are facing Mars Go today. Um, Pretty decent roster, but it doesn't have General Skywalker. So I think it's going to be sort of a mismatch. Even though his GP is about 400k more than mine, it is going to be sort of a mismatch. Um, I kept a reasonably tough defense, and my opponent has already gone. A couple of shots against his my General Skywalker. One match against Darth Revan. I think he kept both his Darth Revan and Skywalker on offense. Oh, he doesn't have Skywalker. I think he tried to take out my Skywalker with Padme and failed. And then we've got my Newt and Kira had a couple of battles each, which was surprising. And then he hasn't touched anything at the back yet. I'd kept my JTR team at the back. As I mentioned in the sequel trilogy, there's really no dismemberment taking place. So that's why I decided to keep both the Kylo teams as well as the JTR teams on defense because I didn't really have any characters to go with them. And then at the back over here, I kept my Night Sisters and Grievous squad over here. Um, and even though we have Grievous did lose uh, two arms to Kenobi in the third movie, I decided to keep Grievous on defense just because it's such a great character on defense. So two battles against that, and not attempted my sisters yet and kept Talzin lead this time. So that's not been attempted. So even if my opponent decides to go ahead and has enough to go ahead and clear the next three teams left, I think as long as I one shot everything, I should be good because he's got a couple of battles on at least one, two, three, four teams. So as long as I one shot everything, I should be in good shape. So let's go and take a look at what my opponent has. He's kept a Kira team, Bishon and Zalbar, so that handicaps his Karth team if he decides to keep that. And then he has his new team with the Geos in there, with Poggle and with Brood Alpha, which is a little weird to see. I've never really seen Brood Alpha not in a lead position, but maybe it's an extra tank in there, and Dooku's going to hide everyone except the tank, and uh, and these guys do hit hard, so might create some problem. But let's see what we want to take against that. And then EP on defense, but there's no Basti in there, so it's not as tough this team. And then we have Wampa and Ness both in the same team, which I felt was kind of a waste because both these guys apply AoE days. They can be spread into different teams, but that's mostly a rebel team. Okay, so let's see what we want to take out against this. Against the Kira team, I think I'm going to go with my. So I have enough for the back. So I'm just going to go heavy offense on each of these teams because I do want to one shot everything. This one has got L3, so I'm just going to take in my Palp team with Basti. And here, obviously, the guy who's lost a limb is Vader. He's actually the master in limb losing. Lost all four of his limbs, and not really. Let's go ahead and fracture this. Yeah. So it's Vader actually, apart from Maul, I think Vader and Maul are the two people who've really had a ton of bad luck in terms of losing limbs. Okay, so we are gonna try to get rid of Vandor over here, but we do need to apply days when we can. Otherwise, or we need to at least try to get some more fear on the board because otherwise these guys are gonna keep applying days everywhere, just like that. So let's get the fracture on, and okay, let's just do a basic. I want to try to recover as much protection as I can. Mm, let's just keep going at L3. And I want to give this to Basti. This days is not helping me because it's really screwing with the turn meter plans. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fracture Zalbar and try to get L3 down as soon as I can. Shock on everyone. Yeah, one tank less is actually a good thing. Let's pass this over to Vader. Get some more buffs on the board. Try to get this down as soon as possible. Shock over here. Excellent. Now we should be in good control. Let's fracture and continue. I want to get mission down. Actually, let's actually go after Zalbar since he has prepared and he's relatively weak. All right. Now let's pass this back to Tarkin. Some more fear. Fracture on Zalbar because the other two are feared. Get rid of her. And let me just keep working on Zalbar for a little bit so that I can recover some protection on Tarkin. Alright, let's go after mission now. I don't think I'll be able to recover Vader, so let's just finish this. Okay, so we're in good position, end with 59 banners. And that should set us up well for the next two matches, next three matches at least in the front. Let's see what we have left. Um, we have a we have a new team which I do want to take Geos for. It's sort of going to be like a Geo mirror because he's got Brood Alpha in there, but I find Geo's the best for for a new team just because of the dispel ability. And I'm going to take in Dooku over here. Now, Dooku was the one who not only did some dismemberment but also had both his hands as well as his head chopped off in the third movie by Anakin. That started off a whole series of events. So that's the sticking with the theme out there. Let's go ahead and use the rest of the Geos with Dooku, and it's sort of like a mirror because we've got Dooku over there and Brood Alpha over there as well. I'm going to do this, and let's dispel and try to get one of these guys down as soon as possible. I'm going to try to get Dooku down as soon as possible. I'm going to go with Spy. There, Dooku is down. And I'm going to try to get Brood Alpha down as well. Let's do a basic. And let's actually try to dispel this. Why are we not dispelling? Let's see if we can't get Brood Alpha down. Okay, one of them is down. Let's do this. Let's just finish him off. Okay, so that was Brood Alpha who got down, which is fine because we can recover him and take care of him over there. Now, I want to dispel this, but for some reason it's not dispelling. I do have Sunfac in there, right? Oh no, I don't have Sunfac. That's the reason I'm not able to dispel out here. Okay, so let's just wait for his damage immunity to be cleared. But I thought Brood Alpha does dispel on his basic, but I may have been mistaken. Okay, so now damage immunity is gone, so I'm going to start working on him. And he's applied ability block, so he's not going to go under stealth again. I just need to see if I can get another heal. Probably not. Okay, 55, which is usually the case with Geos. So maybe that could have been a trickier team if I'd taken someone else in. But yeah, that was a good outcome. So let's see what's at the back and then clear up the zone in the bottom, and then we can continue. So we have Geos, and we have a separatist squad with an IPD in there, which is a little strange. And then we have Shakti with the clones and Barris. Okay, that's probably to prevent the CLS counter probably. What else do I have? Well, I do have Treya. Okay, let's go down here first and clear up these zones. So I want to use my Basti lead against the EP, and I'm going to take in Wampa in there for some extra days because that's always good against EP. Prevents them from from going. He's the main damage dealer. The rest of the guys are just support and healers and tanks. Um, yeah, and here obviously Wampa is the guy who lost an arm. Luke chopped it off at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, and at the end of Empire Strikes Back, Luke gets his hand chopped off by Vader. So Wampa is definitely the hero over here. I'm And as you guys know, Wampa is really a favorite of mine. I I enjoy playing quite a lot with Wampa. It's just something about his skip kit which is really excellent. All right, let's get some tenacity up and bonus protection up, and let's go after Palp first because every time that my team takes a turn, I lose uh, I lose health if Palp is there. So I always try to get him out of the way. Let's get Sidious out. Let's heal some. And let's put a stun on Assassin, who should be dead by now. And Vader's dead as well. Okay, 60 banners. That was pretty simple. Um, so that was Wampa. Now we've got this Nest Wampa team that we have to face with the Rebels. And what I want to do is, I want to, since I'm breaking up my JKR team anyway, I'm not going to use JKR against General Grievous. I'm planning to use Padme. So I'm going to use these guys against the Nest Wampa team. I've got tons of survivability over here, both Jolie and Shakti. I've got Ezra, who should be the main damage dealer, along with Jedi Knight Revan. And I want to save my GMY, my Grandmaster Yoda, for the back. And I've kept Mace over here. He's the guy who obviously gets his hand chopped off in episode 3, again by Anakin. Let's go ahead with this and see if they're able to do a good job. Um, so I'm going to go after Wampa over here. He's relicked up and may cause some problems. I'm going to pass this over to Ezra to do some damage. And let's do this. Okay, all right, let's dispel with mace. So oh, that didn't happen. Okay, so I'm gonna heal everyone, pass a turn meter back, and then target Wampa to get him out. Um, let's dispel this. We've got plenty of dispels over here as well, which is good. And um, let's get rid of Chirut. So let's call Ezra. There we go. No more no more tech cleanses and tenacity up in this team. Okay, let's dispel everything and hide Ezra. Let's go after. I'm going to wait for the mark for Nest, but let's just go after Stormtrooper Han. He's relatively weak. Okay, let's do this. High tenacity Nest, so not going to be stunned that easily. Okay, this should kill Stormtrooper Han. Pass us over to Ezra. Okay, let's do basics. Reduces max health. Basics with Jedi Knight Revan. Basics again over here. Let's heal up. Who do we want to heal up? Let's heal up Mace. Alright, another mark. Keep using basics to reduce the health. It's going to be terrible on the banners, but I think we'll get there over time. Let's heal up everyone. Pass the turn mirror over to. Okay, let's keep using basics. There we go. The health bar is reducing already, and Savior has been triggered, which is great. Let's hide Ezra. Um, call Revan. Okay, this should finish him off. And let's recover some amount of protection on maybe Mace. Okay, Mace to draw. No, he couldn't get the finishing blow. That's fine. Let's heal up Revan because I think he's got a little bit less health. So 56. I think only Ezra ended up with full protection because of Savior. Alright, so we got through that team, didn't waste any heavy characters. Managed to save both my Anakin as well as my GMY for the back zone. Let's see what's at the back. We've got a Talzin and we've got Django. Okay, so let's do this. Let's use our own Django against the Night Sister team with Boss lead. Um, because we've got Talzin lead over here and we need plenty of healing. And these are all G12, so not that great sisters. But there's going to be plenty of plague, so we need tons of healing. And then on Django, we have our Treya, we have our CLS, and we have our. Well, let's see what we want to do against those. But let's take our bounty hunters. And over here, we've got a couple of characters who've been dismembered. We've got Django Fett, obviously, who's been decapitated in episode 2, and in the beginning of episode 2 we've got Zam Vessel who gets a hand chopped off again by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's go in with these. Plenty of thermals, plenty of executes, and ignoring taunt. So this is sort of like a hard counter against against the sisters. All right, let's lay some burning down. And we'll have to get get some debuffs so that we heal. There we go. Almost healed completely. Some more healing with thermals, and let's do that. So everyone is healed full already. So we're primed for an execution. Let's go ahead with Talzin. Okay, we'll finish Talzin off next time because Plague is something I don't like out here. Alright, let's get rid of Talzin. These guys will still apply Plague because it's Talzin lead. But at least Talzin is not going to assist from the grave. Okay, let's reduce the max health and damage of Asajj. Okay, now let's go after all these guys are G12. Well, let's go after Asajj because she can dispel as well. No, but Django didn't have the kill, so she ended up coming back in again. Okay, let's try to execute. Well, she's not G12, so she'll die pretty fast. Okay, still working on them. Okay, this should kill her. Not to revive. Alright, let's get some more debuffs on the board to heal up completely. Yeah, sisters which are not G13 are really no threat at all. You can casually pick them apart, especially with a hard counter like bounty hunters. Alright, I'm just gonna keep working over here. So she's dead, probably due to thermals, which is why she didn't get revived because we still had zombie's second revive in there. There we go. That's a 60. Okay. Now let's see what we want to take against the others. We've got Treya, Padme, and CLS, and I think I definitely want to take Padme against the General Grievous squad. That seems to be the toughest one left, and then yeah, let's see what we want to take against. Maybe CLS against the bounty hunters, and then Treya versus these guys. These guys are going to go first, so I'll need something heavy. Let's do Padme first. Against these guys, and try to take them out. And I'm going to use Padme with the Grandmaster Yoda in there, with C3PO. So Grandmaster Yoda gives out plenty of buffs, and C3PO has plenty of converts those buffs into courage, um, or protection up, which gets converted to courage. So that's going to be my play here. Hopefully these guys will have enough to survive. It is an R7 Grievous, but I think these guys should be able to survive enough to get the job done. There's plenty of foresight over here as well, which should help. Is the IPD Zetard? It is Zetard, so that might be a bit of a problem as well, because he's gonna prevent buffs from landing. But the target lock won't land if my team has got protection up. So our priority should be to get rid of B2 as soon as we can. Okay, so let's go in with this team. And over here, obviously, there's C3PO who's lost an arm, so I count that as a dismemberment. Um, let's uh, let's go ahead and see if these guys are able to get the job done. I'm gonna save the. Or maybe I should get rid of. No, I'm gonna save the protection up for now until B2 has a chance to go. So there, he's gone now. And now I'm going to call Yoda to apply Confuse out there. And let me get rid of the buff immunity. Spread some buffs around. And good thing Magna hasn't gone yet. I'm going to start working on B2. Get him out of there as soon as possible. Let's just do this. And then the next turn I'll get my protection up. I don't really need the heal, but that's fine. Yeah, these guys are plenty survivable even against a G7 R7 Grievous. I'm gonna do this and do a basic out here. Yep, nothing to worry about. Now I can probably do my heal whenever I get the chance with Padme. There we go. And I'm gonna apply Confuse out here. Got 15 stacks. Let me see if I can't reduce. Oh yeah, managed to get rid of him. Excellent. Okay, so this was simple enough, simpler than I thought. Lost a little bit of health on my G12 C3PO, which is why I ended up with 54. All right, let's see if Atreya can take down the Rex squad, Shakti squad. Okay, let's just wait for this to come back. So what do we want to do over here? Isolate. So these guys are going to go first, but do we want to isolate fives? It's an offense build on five, so we definitely have to kill him first. Um, hmm. What else do I have? Hmm. We've got Maul who can apply daze. And we've got an Anakin that we can use. Let's see. Anakin has got high damage. I definitely want to use my CLS against these. What rebels do I have left? Alright, we've got Stormtrooper Han and we've got Old Ben, which should be more than enough for the other squad against the bounty hunters. And these are not that dangerous bounty hunters; they'll get taken out pretty fast. Um, but So I can throw the rest of my stuff against these guys, including Watt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Treya lead because these guys have got tons of counters, so they'll be dealing themselves a lot of health loss. So I'm going to go in with my Treya lead, but I'm going to use Anakin and Watt in there. And Watt is going to give the taunting tech to Darth Sion, the weapons tech to Anakin, and survival to Treya or Nihilus. Nihilus actually already gets plenty of health on his own as long as these guys get debuffs. So maybe the survival tech on Treya to keep her alive in the game. Um, yeah, and Sion, I think as long as he gets held by hatred, he should be able to survive a Rex hit. So I think this should probably be the best team to take against it. And over here, obviously, the dismemberment thing is Jedi Knight Anakin. Um, and let's go with this. Okay, so let's get our taunting tech on Sion first. These guys are going to go first. All right, now let's give this to Anakin so that he starts hitting hard. I'm going to isolate 5 so it doesn't get as much turn meter, but we do have to kill him fast. I wonder if this will... Let's just see what happens. Okay, it luckily didn't manage to not kill everyone. We want to avoid killing anyone but 5s first because he's modded for offense and he's going to give these guys plenty of offense. Lucky thing is Anakin ignores defense. Let's go and finish this guy off. Not yet. Okay, so now he's dead. So now let's get rid of Rex and give the survival tech to Treya so she recovers some protection. Get rid of Echo. Alright, this is easy enough. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, I was worried that this might cause some problems, but I think we are good. So this is going to be one shot. I'm not really bothered about banners because we have won the match. There's nothing my opponent can do right now to recover. Okay, so simple enough. We got 57 banners and we one-shot the board, and that means that... Oh, we still have the bounty hunters left. I'd forgotten about these guys. Okay, let's take our rebels against these guys. Yep, these guys should do it. We've got Luke Skywalker, who lost an arm in the second movie, and yep, it was Vader who did it. All right, so let's go ahead with this battle. This should be pretty straightforward. The Bosk is only G12, so I'm gonna try to get rid of him first because the rest of these guys have tons of AoEs. So they will kill themselves, no problem at all. I'm gonna reduce some turn meter there and kill her. Let's do this. So that's what I meant. All the AoEs that these guys do, they kill themselves pretty fast. Let's reduce some turn meter. Don't want Dengar getting some thermals out. This should finish him. Okay, 58. Alright, so now we're done. And now we have cleared the board. And let's see what our final score is. Okay. It's taking a while. So pretty easy matchup, nothing much to talk about. But it was a pretty simple one shot of the board. 1899. Ideally, I would like to get 1900 and above, but that's fine. We really didn't. We could have gone undersized and got a few extra banners, but that really didn't end up mattering. Okay, so this was a decent enough match. We have We have a few interesting ones coming up. I'm looking forward to this particular matchup. Kais Kelsier Mandel. His lifetime banner score is higher than mine, and he's as you can see over here from what he's running, he's used to uh, he's used to countering uh, Max Skywalker teams with CLS. So this one is going to be an interesting matchup. And he's obviously got his own 501st, which is maxed. So looking forward to this particular matchup if we face each other either in the second match or the finals. So let's see if that happens. All right, that's it for now. I've got one more theme that I probably might try out in the next couple of matches. But apart from that, yep, that'll be it for season five. I will catch you guys in a couple of days when we get on to the second match. Until then, all the best and talk to you later.